I'm gonna brew some tea. So I thought maybe you'd want to see that. This is a tea blend that I've already got on the shelf, so I'm not custom blending this, but a lot of people love to use it here at Sacred Tree Herbals to chill out. I know it's backwards. Yes, it should be. Chill out. So chilling out is an excellent idea for all of us. This should be actually drunk at night, and if you drink it during the day, it might make you a little drowsy. So I'll go through each individual ingredient just to tell you why it's in there. And yeah, so I've got this chill out tea at 1 cup is a part. So when I make up a batch, I'm using a cup measure. And so the first plant that comes up is milky oats. Now, if you saw my video in my garden, I did the other day, and I kind of showed you some plants in my garden. I showed you oats I planted this year. I'm growing that from seed, and these are the little seeds, but we're actually using the seeds in medicine. So milky oat tops or oat tops is where we get oatmeal. So there's the little seed. You can see it. And it's hard. Now I like to grow it, and then I'll tincture it when the seed isn't hard, it's fresh. So it has a slightly different effect on the body when it's fresh. Very restorative to the nervous system. I find that it works pretty well dried, but it does have some different components in it when it's fresh. So when it dries, it kind of neutralizes those. So these are obviously the dried seeds, and I'm adding that at 1 part. And that's just gonna help bring people down a notch. And its companion, oat straw, which is the stem of the plant, I'm adding 1 part too. Now both of these plants are super high in minerals. So when we say minerals, we're talking magnesium, calcium, potassium, you know, all those trace minerals that we need in our bodies. And I find that when I do Reiki on people, many people are very deficient in minerals. And so I can just kind of feel that through the energy. And oat straw and milky oats and nettles are excellent, and dandelion leaf, excellent for getting minerals in your body. And what's great about tea is that your body doesn't have to like break it down, it goes right in. So that's why tea is so great. And so, okay, so milky oats, oat straw, boom, in there. The next one is kava, or kava. Kava root is what we use, and this lovely root is for anxiety. And many people have probably heard about kava and the kava lactones in there, and preparing it properly will really help bring out those components. If you're steeping this tea for at least 10 to 15 minutes, you're really going to draw out a lot of those components. That's just going to help you relax. You know, it's anxiolytic, so it's going to really help reduce that, you know, that anxiousness that a lot of people have it even at night, you know. And kava makes a great mocktail as well. I have the mocktails on the shelf with some kava. There's one formulation that has the kava in it, and just brings you down. And then the next one is Schisandra berries. This is the 5 flavored berries, and when you bite into it, it's sweet, it's salty, it's sour, it's pungent, it's bitter, it's all of them. But when you put it in tea, it's mostly just a little bit sweet and sour. And so it does have a fair amount of acids in there, like ascorbic acid and maybe malic acid, and you can kind of tell a lot of fruits have that, you know, those citric acids. But Schisandra has another component to it, is it's cooling, but it's very calming. So it has an effect on the liver that's going to help just, you know, help your liver detox, but really just help you chill. So we put a little bit of that in there. And then the next one is skullcap, Scutellaria laturifolia, not the Chinese skullcap. Chinese skullcap, we use the root. So that's, I mean, that could go in here, but that one has a little bit different action. I mean, it's calming and cooling, but it's also antimicrobial. We're using it for like Lyme disease and even the COVID. But I like Epstein-Barr, but I like to use the Scutellaria laturifolia, which we're using the aerial parts, aka Mad Dog skullcap. It grows in like wet areas in New Hampshire. It does grow wild. I don't have it growing in my garden yet, but I hope to. Okay, so I'm gonna add a little skullcap in there. And skullcap is a muscle relaxer, and it's known to help people detox from like benzodiazepines and other harsh drugs that can, you know, if you stop them, you can go through withdrawal. So a little bit of skullcap can kind of cover those receptors and help with that. But really where skullcap comes in, and I use this topically in extracts in my pain cream, but it helps reduce the muscle spasms. So it's just gonna relax you on that next level. You know what I'm saying? So skullcap's in there, and then I've got roses. Well, you know, roses. Why not? You know, roses are calming. They taste lovely and a little flowery, but it is calming, antimicrobial, things like that, wonderful for face creams. But in here, it really kind of makes a pretty tea, and I'll show you what it looks like. And then passion flower, the passiflora, another nervine, another sedative. So I'm putting like a half a part in here. That one again, you know, relaxing. So I like to, when I blend stuff, teas or extracts, I like to put in plants that do kind of the same thing, but in a different way. So, you know, this is a great example. Kava is an anxiolytic. So is skullcap, right? So is passion flower. They're sedative nervines. They all kind of do something a little bit different. So I always like to mix and match the plants that do slightly different things, but they do the same thing, you know? I mean, in the same system. So this is what the tea looks like. It's so pretty. And then I mix it up really good. And now we have a fresh batch of chill out for people who need to chill out. We could all use a chill out. So that's gonna go in my jar. And then I homogenize. And then we put it right in. So that's chill out tea.